Hey everyone, it is me, Megamaniacs, here, back with another video, and in today's video, I've decided to crawl out my little hole, because in today's video, we're going to be talking about, the newest LEGO game that just released. You see, if you're new here, for the past year and a half or so, I've been on a mission to play every single LEGO game ever made. The series was originally supposed to end in May, however, because some videos were taking longer than expected, and also the announcement of LEGO Horizon Adventures, I decided I was going to push the end of the LEGO game saga off until the new year. And finally, today, LEGO Horizon Adventures has indeed released to the public. And I want to talk about it because it wouldn't be a LEGO topic without controversy. Now, before we actually get into the game, let's go ahead and talk about said controversy real quick. I see, in the LEGO community, LEGO Horizon Adventures isn't really that controversial. At worst, people just don't care about it, and that's really about it. However, outside the LEGO community is where stuff starts to get goofy. You see, outside the LEGO community, LEGO Horizon Adventures has garnered quite a reputation. And there's a few reasons why. Disregarding the fact that, why Horizon to be the theme that gets turned into a video game? Out of all games, that gets its own game. That gets the legofied version. Horizon Zero Dawn, what? The game only had one set. So, how did that even happen? But outside the LEGO community, the overall gaming community, well, they weren't very receptive of LEGO Horizon Adventures. Mainly because PlayStation has not really released much. Their PlayStation 5 doesn't really have many exclusives to its name and not many reasons to actually buy the console. And because of that, people are wanting actual games, new releases, new entries. Not to mention, Bloodborne is still not really a thing. It's not gotten a remaster or a port, so people are very upset about that. And on top of that, Horizon is becoming very oversaturated with a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster coming out soon. So people weren't very receptive to the LEGO Horizon. It just seems like a filler game that non-LEGO fans don't care about, so people didn't really care about it. But putting all of that aside, I don't really care about console wars. The consoles are kind of not doing great at all. Xbox or PlayStation are not really doing great, either of them at the moment. And personally, I'm a PC gamer, so I don't really care. Today, we're going to be talking about just the game. If the game, Horizon Adventures, is good or not. Let's go right ahead and get into that real quick. To do that, I actually have to go back. Go back in there. That's... Yeah, it's kind of counterproductive to, leave and then have to... Okay. Bye.
Alone at the edge of a universe, humming a tune, for merely dreaming we were snow. A siren sounds like the goddess who promises endless apologies of paradise. And only she can make it right. So things are different tonight. We'll go together in flight.
Alright, chat. I'm not going to beat around the bus. I'm not going to waste your time. This is the good stuff. So, yes, LEGO Horizon Adventures is finally out. And it is exactly what I wanted. Now, if you're new here, you might not know, but for the past year and a half or so, I have been dedicating my entire channel to playing every LEGO game known to man, and I have played most LEGO games ever made, so it is... I have some experience here, to say the very least, and this game finally breaks that mold that I was stuck in. If you have been watching the series for a while, you know that the LEGO games are very good. There's a lot of very good LEGO games, but especially when you get into some of the more niche ones, like Pirates of the Caribbean, The Incredibles, the LEGO movie games, they're just the same. Like, they're all so samey. And it's not like samey's bad. Samey is not a bad... You could still play some of these games in a vacuum and have fun, like LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. You can play that in a vacuum and have a lot of fun. But it has truly been a long time since I have played a LEGO game that is truly different. That is truly unique. And in a good way, not like LEGO Brawl, it's like actually in a good way, unique and interesting. I have not been this captivated by a LEGO game since I replayed LEGO Lord of the Rings back in May. And before that, I don't even know, LEGO Marvel Superheroes back at the beginning of the series? Like, this game finally breaks the mold, and it's probably because it's not made by TT Games. Now, usually, if a LEGO game's not made by TT Games, it ends up falling short and kind of feeling like, okay, that was a fine experience, but it wasn't up to par with the TT Games LEGO games. I could safely say, this is up to par with the TT Games LEGO games, if not in some ways better than what they've been able to accomplish, especially as of recently. This game is so incredibly good that I would go as far to say it is one of my favorite LEGO games I have ever played for the channel, or in general, one of the best LEGO games ever made. And I guarantee you have not played it, because nobody's talking about it. For the reasons I said before in the intro, this game has gotten a lot of just kind of bad press, and for reasons we'll explain later in the video, there's not really many people wanting to fork out the money for the game. So, I'm gonna share my very niche love for this game, explain why it's so incredibly good, and at the end of the day, figure out if you should buy LEGO Horizon Adventures. Jakarta has started off with the positives, because there is so many of them. I genuinely don't know how long this video is going to be, because I almost have nothing to complain about. There's very few things I have to complain about, and that's like, that takes up most of a video, right? So, we're gonna see. First off, I want to state that this LEGO game is by far, uncontested, at the top, best looking LEGO game I have ever seen. It looks like a LEGO movie. Not like how the LEGO movie video games look, to where they use cutscenes or scenes from the actual movie. Nah. This game looks absolutely stunning. The lighting is beautiful. It looks just so incredibly perfect. Every single bit of it just looks amazing. I truly don't know how to describe it without just showing you how amazing and cinematic the game actually looks. It shocked me. Like, I know the PlayStation 5 is powerful, and from what I've heard, this game isn't even using all of the power of the PlayStation 5 for some reason. And even without doing that, it still looks amazing on the PlayStation 5. Now, I don't really know if it looks good on other platforms. Again, I played this on the PlayStation 5, so I'd assume it would look good on the PC, depending on what PC you play it on, and I don't really know about the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it's the Nintendo Switch, so it probably wouldn't look that good. But Still, if you have a PlayStation 5 or a PC, this game looks straight up gorgeous. So, the enemies in this game are extremely fun to fight. Now, I played this game on the hardest difficulty possible. The absolute hardest difficulty, hero difficulty, the hardest difficulty the game has to offer. And I was very surprised about the enemy variety and just the overall enemy encounters. You really have two sections of enemies. You have the normal cultist people, which are just like your just normal goobers, just humans, which aren't that fun to fight, to be fair. But then you have the robots, which are extremely fun to fight. Now again, I have not played the Horizon games, so I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to the actual gameplay of those games, or if this gameplay is faithful. However, I do know that it is very rewarding. When you're playing as Aloy especially, the bow and arrow mechanics I thought would get really boring after a while, because you can only hit stuff with the bow and arrow with Aloy. So when I first started the game, I was worried that was going to be a big issue, that everything was just going to feel really repetitive, and by the end of my time playing this game, I would feel like, well, it was cool when it started, but like it wasn't really, it wore off. The cool factor wore off because you just did it so often and there wasn't anything new added to the experience. However, that is not the case. The experience has so much new that gets added to it throughout the game. Not only do you get new robot varieties to beat up, some who have some absolutely insane abilities, one that can cloak, one that can, like, nosedive on you, one that rams you, one particularly annoying one that has a tracking laser it fires at you, which is just amazing. Thank you for doing that, by the way. It really keeps the gameplay feeling fresh. And you also have extra abilities you can pick up. For example, you can pick up a flame bow, which shoots fire at your enemies. You can pick up a freeze bow that freezes your enemies. You can pick up a scattershot bow, which fires multiple arrows at once. You can pick up one that is just absolutely comically insane, that fires like 100 arrows at somebody. Like, it keeps the gameplay feeling extremely fresh. You never get into like one groove to where, okay, you're just doing the same thing over and over again. It feels so fresh. Especially playing on the hardest difficulty, you never really get a chance to just stand still. Whoever was saying that this game is easy, I feel like that was like propaganda, because it's not. Like, sure, it's not the hardest game I've ever played or anything, but it's still, like, pretty dang difficult. And before you go in my comments and be like, actually, I beat Bloodborne easily. Souls-like games are easy. This game is a walk in the park. Okay, I don't care. Like, what I mean is the game is not so easy that it's boring. You're gonna be on your toes a little bit. There were some times where I genuinely got stuck. One boss fight in particular really sucked. I don't really know why. Like, it was a boss you fought earlier in the game. He didn't really have any more abilities, but for some reason it took me like legitimately 20 tries to get him to finally go away. Maybe it's because the difficulty, especially on the highest difficulty, can be a little seized at times. Like, the archer cultists just straight up have aimbot. Like, they can snipe you from across the map. Like, their arrows straight up track you, and I will not be told otherwise. Overall, the gameplay loop in this game is not only insanely satisfying, it is fresh and unique. A experience gameplay-wise you will never see from a LEGO game, any other LEGO game, and you will probably never see again from a LEGO game. This might overtake the LEGO Ninjago movie. Actually, screw it, it definitely overtakes the LEGO Ninjago movie for the best combat system I have ever seen in a LEGO game. Moving on from just gameplay, the customization of the game is very good. We live in an era, a weird era of LEGO games, to where somehow customization has kind of fallen to the wayside. You have the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which straight up didn't have an ability to customize your character, which was... that should be considered a crime, okay? You can't have a Lego game and not have any ability to customize your character. Not only can you make custom characters in this game, they give you a insane amount of skins, including Ninjago skins you can use for your character. What I say in my last video, this IP, Ninjago follows me everywhere. Even if in a video that has nothing to do with Ninjago, Ninjago still follows. It is insane. On top of that, you can also customize your entire hub area, adding little secrets and little monuments, I guess is the best way I could describe it, with like, you can add Ninjago buildings, you can add city buildings. It can get really cool. I also gotta say, the hub area is very, very nice, especially as you play the game, it opens up more and you get access to more things. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Also, the game's length in general is just really good. I usually prefer slightly longer experiences that keep my attention for a long time. If a game is really good and is long, it can really hold my attention. There's nothing worse than playing a game and it being over so quickly that you're kind of just like, oh, well, that was fun, but it's already over. Like, what? Like, bruh. This game is pretty long with multiple chapters that, especially if you're playing on the hardest difficulty, will take you a significant amount of time to complete. And it took me, personally, around 5 days of playing like a few hours a day to fully complete the game, which, yeah, that's pretty nice, you know. That's a good length. I like that. Of course, if you're playing for more than an hour or two a day, you're gonna complete it a lot easier. And if you're not playing on the hardest difficulty, you'll probably breeze past it easier, but I would recommend you do, because it's kind of insane. Alright, now that the positives are out of the way, I do have a very, very few amount of negatives. Gameplay-wise, the other playable characters, yes, there are more playable characters than just Alloy, but they all kind of suck, a little bit. Alloy is by far the most rewarding, most interesting playable character you have, and I tried the other ones, but none of them were really as fulfilling or good as Alloy. You have this grandmother who throws bombs, which in theory sounds really cool, but in practice, she just gets bodied by everything. Like, you just get obliterated so quickly that I had to actually quit the level and change back because I couldn't get past normal enemies because they do like no damage on the hardest difficulty. The other two are kind of whatever. This other guy with like a spear is kind of cool, but he's just another ranged attack goober that, I mean, if you want to play a ranged person, just play Alloy. And then there's this Earthbender guy who is pretty cool, but again, I don't think he's that great. He's by far the best other character other than Alloy to play as, but he also gets bodied pretty easily. I mean, if you want to play as him, go right ahead. It's the fastest way to turn this game into a Souls-like, but playing as him got me rolling around as fast as I could. Like, Jesus. Overall, the other characters, I wish they had a little bit more oomph, you know? I wish they had a little bit more to them than just being like, oh, you play as this guy if you don't want to just be Alloy the entire time. He's very similar skill set, but I guess, sure. Like, I'm not too into that. Also, the dialogue is like, the dialogue itself is fine, but the way it's presented is kind of lame. Like, they just have like this slideshow where the characters pop up on screen and they just go on forever yapping about the lore. And if you like the Horizon lore, I guess it would be pretty cool, but I don't. I'm not into the Horizon lore, so they're just yapping about absolute nonsense to me. And it goes on for so incredibly long. It is insane. Thankfully, you can just skip the dialogue if you don't want to deal with it, but it's not great. Also, I do want to say, the post-game experience, it could be a little bit better. There's not really too much to do after you complete the game. There's a bunch of side quests you can do, like in the hub area, but this is kind of chores. So if you want to go do chores in your LEGO Horizons game, I guess you can do that, but I don't know. Some people would like it. Personally, to me, I think the grand standard for post-game experiences is LEGO Lord of the Rings. That game's post-game is fantastic, but the main game is so good that I'm willing to kind of look past it. However, getting out of the actual game real quick, the biggest issue with LEGO Horizons, not even close, is the price tag. You see, this game retails for a very sad $60 US. Ouch, rough. This is the other reason that I feel like there's no one's talking about this game. No one's wanting to spend that much money on this game. None of you want to spend that much money on this game. And frankly, I don't blame you. $60 for a LEGO game is pretty absurd. Now granted, this game has quite a lot, but I still don't think it's really worth the $60 price tag. There's so many other LEGO games you can get for insanely cheap on Steam, and even on PlayStation as well. It's kind of like, why would you buy this when you can get LEGO Marvel Superheroes for, like, actually way less? And if you want to go out of the LEGO game sphere real quick, you can get actually, like, very comparable experiences, like, lengthwise, for way cheaper. For example, another really great game if you don't want to spend that much money on LEGO Horizons, Sonic X Shadow Generations just came out like a month ago, and it's extremely good. Like, that is like $20 cheaper, and it's a really good game that includes like 2 games in that. Like, what? Why did they think this was an okay price? Not to mention, if you're just really rich and you have money burning a hole in your pocket, you can buy the Premium Deluxe Edition for an extra $10. What do you get for the Premium Deluxe Edition? You get Ratchet & Clank skins and a Sackboy skin. Yeah. Listen, I love Ratchet & Clank as much as the next guy, but $10 for 3 cosmetics? Get out of here, dude. And no, I did not buy the Premium Deluxe Edition. Even I was not willing to drop that money. So, at the end of the day, what is my verdict on LEGO Horizons? And should you pick it up? Well, I'm sure to head start with the second question. Should you pick up LEGO Horizons? And as much as I've been glazing this game the entire video, I'm gonna say no. At least not for full price. I think for full price, you're kinda asking for trouble. Like, it's not worth $60. I don't know what they were thinking when pricing this. I think it kind of killed all hype this game had, because, like, why? Why would you spend that much on this game? Like, it is genuinely absurd. No, do not buy it at full price. If it goes on sale, maybe during Black Friday on Steam it'll go on sale, then 100% pick it up, because it is a fantastic game. It is truly amazing. But full price, no. Okay, I genuinely, I think it is a crime to price LEGO games, especially LEGO games, this high. It is pretty bad. But Editor Mega here, wahoo. Somehow in my negative section I forgot one. I don't know how it went over my head, but yeah, this game is available for every system except the Xbox. So for all you Xbox enjoyers, y'all are going to have to miss out on LEGO Horizons. I don't understand the console wars. It's so stupid. Why are we doing this? Why are we still doing this? LEGO games, I think it's so unfair to just kind of exclude a bunch of people from being able to play this game, but hey, I mean, I guess it is how it is. I guess. Good lord. So yeah, Lego Horizons as a whole is a pretty good game that I definitely enjoyed a lot. However, it still has quite a few flaws, okay? Let's be honest here. Would I say it's one of the best Lego games ever made? I mean, depending on who you are, maybe. I think there's many things it does better than all of the other ones. However, I wouldn't put it up there with Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Like, it's not there, but it's still pretty high up there. So overall, I'm going to give Lego Horizon Adventures a very, very crisp 9 out of 10. Just barely missing the 10 out of 10 mark, mainly because of the price tag and also some little other annoyances along the way. It is a 9 out of 10 Lego game. Alright, that's all I really have to say. Let me take you to the outro. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you're watching this the day it came out, like all 9 of you that watch these videos the day they come out, well, you might have noticed if you've been around here for a while that it is indeed my birthday. Yes, it is my birthday. I am a year older. It is truly amazing. A year older, crazy. I could legally go get my driver's license if I wanted to now, which is kind of mental just to think about. Wow, it's crazy. I've been on YouTube for so long, it is absolutely absurd. But yeah, another birthday has passed. You can wish me happy birthday, or not. I guess that's cool. But yeah, this will be the last video of November because again I've been a busy bee working on a bunch of stuff. December is gonna be pretty huge, and we're gonna start out December with a pretty big announcement that I cannot wait to show you guys. So hope that gets you hyped. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.